Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today I'm going to continue in my Let's Play of Rogue State Revolution. And you know, people have different goals in life. Some of them want to start a family, some of them want money, power, and some of them have the most noble goal of all, and that's to make everyone happy. And that's going to be the focus of this episode. By the way, I love the way these trucks move around, that's really cool. What we'll be trying to do is we're going to try to make the Kharifi happy. We need to get them from 56% to 58%, the liberals, which we need to get from 47 to 51, and then finally we need to increase our total approval from 54 to 62. There are a couple ways to do that. So first of all, I think what's really lowering our total happiness is this bad environment and bad public safety. So we're going to check Kharif, and here we can see that public safety is actually trending to 3.5. So we need something to increase it. Ideally, maybe change the budget. And then here in Tariq, our environment is trending to 3.4. We're losing because of the budget and because of pollution. Power plant and national petrogas. So what we could actually do is we could go to Tariq. So we have options. We can either change the budget, but the problem with the budget is if I put 2 more, it's going to significantly increase like my monthly income. So what I'm thinking instead is we could go to the power plant and we could upgrade it. Oh no, that's not what I want. Okay, I thought we could make it like more ecology friendly. Have I finished, by the way, the solar power? Because what I could do alternatively is I could build a solar power plant. Solar array. Must be built on flat terrain. This will also increase liberal approval. I can't do it because I don't have the money. But I believe I do have the research, yes. This could actually be really cool. This would be a good way to increase the liberal approval and make everybody a little bit happy. So we're actually going to grab a favor here from a development. And we're going to build this solar array. Let's do it. And we could theoretically remove this power plant. I don't actually know how much it can we check in the budget like how much it costs me per month, because I don't think it costs me much. We might just want to like keep it. So where do we have buildings? Is 15. Does it tell me how much this thing is taking? I kind of wish it would. It doesn't seem to. So let's check in construction. Power plant costs me 1 per turn, and solar array costs me actually more. But this gives me 140. Oh, this only gives me 15. But it does increase the approval, so this will help us with the liberals. Will also increase some of the stats. Sorry about that, it seemed to crash a little bit. So I think I'll leave the power plant the way it is. We're just gonna have a solar array on top of it, and we'll just see how it goes later on. So what can we do with the environment, right? So I think what we want to do is we could build something like a public garden. So 1 per turn. This is 0 per turn. That's kind of interesting. Oh, but we can have 1 per province. So I could build 1 here. And this would increase entertainment and environment significantly. So it will make the people here significantly happier. That I think is really cool. And we'll leave the public safety probably for future turns. We have 1 action left, though. So let me check some of these developments, whether there's something we could do here. So if we prioritize cars, it costs us 3 per turn, but we get rural approval. If I jump this to fiscal responsibility, the lower entertainment gain money. That's not what we want to do right now. Right now we just want to focus on making people happy. We would get urban approval instead of rural approval, but I don't think that's a good idea because I think demographics wise we have more rural than urban, so that doesn't quite work. So I just want to look at some of these options to see if we could get something that's a little bit better than what we've got, but it doesn't seem like there's anything particularly exciting. We already moved to fair justice. We could gain more intel per turn but lose liberal approval. Definitely not. We could jump to rigid rule of law and get more liberal approval, but I don't actually think it's... Oh, actually, it would also give us money, but we'd lose the intel. And we're not really gaining much intel per turn, so I don't want to lose it completely. We already checked this one. Natural resources, we could jump from consume power to ration power, which will lower entertainment, and entertainment we don't worry about. Prosperity, that could be a bit of a problem. It will increase environment and climate leadership, which could work. Resource producing building construction cost increased by 50%. But it's construction cost, so we already built the resource producing building. No, actually, okay, so this is if you try to build some of these other ones, which you'll definitely want to do, so we don't want to take that. That would be terrible. And lastly, in foreign affairs, I don't think we want to change anything here. Yeah, so I think... Is there anything else you'd want to do? We could review the budget, and we'll be losing very small amounts of money, like temporarily. But what we could do is we could just like, at least just for one turn until we make the guys happy, we could increase the money we put in public safety in a Kharif. Oh, we already put 4 in public safety, so we're not gonna put any more. So in that case, let's I think let's just simply pass the turn. There's really not much for us to do. And I do want to focus on making people happy right now. Ooh. Excellent. The Liberal protesters are demanding that Basenji restrict the trade of goods from Kanshara that are made using child labor. Such a prohibition would likely have political consequences. Cancel Kanshara agreements. Does this include the ones where we export? Because we don't actually import anything. It would increase our liberal approval a lot. I'm gonna do it. And we can always set up new trade agreements if need to be. Okay, now we finished the Kharifi task. So they're gonna be a lot happier with Tajikistan. Greetings again, Excellency. It would greatly improve regional stability if you were able to build closer ties with the Russian Federation. Okay. I can work on that. Make them a little bit happier. How are we doing with liberals? I don't know yet, but we finished 2 roads. Which is super important. Now, if we increase this, this will lower rural approval and entertainment, but it will give me a lot of money. That's definitely something to think about. Let's check the liberals first. We are at 50, so I think next turn we should be able to get there. Oh, we have so much lower public safety now. Total approval is now in 57%, and we finished museum exchange. So we're gonna turn this on because this is just good for us in general. There's no point in turning it off. We get education access and international diplomacy. Next thing I would like to work on is... I am thinking the Moscow embassy. We're just gonna work on researching it because we should work on Russia, so it seems like a good decision. And we also finished offshore banking. This will lower international security but gives me money, so I'm gonna do it. Next thing I'm gonna focus is the state... Actually, do we have something that increase approval for people we care about? Which is either everyone or liberals. No, all of these seem to make someone unhappy. So... Tax credits? Permit greater financial investment in the provincial business subsides budget than previous. Now let's focus on state investment. This will allow us to take some of our money and invest it. What do we want to work on here? Do we have, again, something that make people generally happy? Oh, this cost me way too much money. Electric charging station. Remove speed limit just increases entertainment, which is not something I particularly need. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Simply because it's just a good thing to work on. We should also check in Saba why people are so unhappy, because the stats here are quite good for everything. Do we want to turn on the toll roads? We'll lower rural approval. But I think we'll do it. I was gonna normally wait one more turn, but actually I think it's a good decision to do right now. Improve standing with the Russians. How much time we've got for that? 8 months. They demand nothing that we would be willing to give them anyways. Oh, are we not exporting as much food anymore? I just seem to not have enough food, actually. So potentially we want to build another agricultural farm. Well, actually, once we have the money, which we don't have right now, so we'll just wait. One thing I wanted to check here is this traffic congestion. So if we check the cars, we can see, are any roads red? This. So we would want to grab this road and upgrade it. And potentially this one as well. Okay, again, just to make sure that the connection here is good enough. We could also potentially build a road that goes like so that the cars could kind of drive around the factory if they want to. I don't know if they'll want to, but it doesn't actually seem, it seems like majority of them just wants to go through, so maybe that wasn't so helpful. But I think we'll try. We canceled the trade agreements, but we didn't really have any. I think we were giving out food, but I don't think we need to do it. I'm actually thinking about possibly just passing the turn instead of just... Oh, but we should move the surveyor. I don't know why I haven't been doing that, so that's definitely a problem.
Excellency.
Send him over there. And we don't have any military units. Now, we do have some corruption, which lowers a little bit the... Why is this not making money? It's, oh, is it only the factory that like looks at making money? Yeah, okay, it's just the factory. Okay. Goods sold 30. I'm trying to figure out, like, do we have... Because here it says 64 for the smelters and then 32 for the manufacturing plants. Does that mean that we have, like, a leftover of gold bars? Should we be selling those as well? It doesn't really tell me here, like, if I try to look at the, like, whether we have... Because this is making 64. I'm assuming that it's, like, per month or something. And this only uses 32s, and we can't really export more luxury goods. So if I were to call Kaushara and offer to sell you... Oh, they actually changed this. This is pretty cool. To sell gold bars. 20 gold bars. Might want to go like... Yeah, maximum is 20. So how much is dependent on the relationship between us? So because they don't like us too much, we actually can't do much more than that. Yeah, this is not ideal. If I click on the traffic, yeah, it keeps on saying that this is a problem, but okay, there are some more problems here. Again, we could upgrade this. Anything else? Also upgrade this part, maybe. Now, can we assign a new minister? Not yet, it seems. Okay, so we're pretty good on that. Now, I really think that we'll get the liberals there next turn. The total approver is also quite good. The only people unhappy are in Saba, so let's go in Saba. Let's kind of try to find out like what the general problem is with the people here. More units unites Basenjis. Oh, so they have healthcare issues, but your health is amazing. You call this healthcare. This guy doesn't like the Karifi situation. Why don't you like healthcare? You have health 6. Kind of interesting. What about here? You call this healthcare. So let's check whether there's something here we could do about healthcare. Yeah, cultural perspective. That's not going to help us with healthcare, so let's leave that right now. Oh, here. I didn't realize that you can scroll down. This is like, I wish it was a bit more obvious. We have nationalized healthcare, which increases liberal approval and health access. We could switch to 2-tier or... So this actually, all of these would be worse than what we have right now. So we actually have the best setup for this. Would I be researching the speed limits? I'm considering whether we want to switch this to something like... What is good here? Health Beyond Boundaries? No, we have nutrition program, needle exchanges. I guess the clean water initiative? Because we'll probably next turn get approval. So if we switch him to this, he should be able to finish it next turn or get really far with this. So that would probably be helpful. Actually, we should be checking whether we can like scroll down with any of these other ones. So it was only this one. And I don't think you want to change anything here. And then in citizenship, we've got options here. We're currently at increased liberal approval, but it costs us 2 per turn. With apologist focus. I think we'll leave it because we need that approval for that one turn. So we're just gonna, again, just jump towards the next turn, do nothing. And that should increase the liberal approval, I hope. Ooh, if we had a stadium, we could do something cool here. Excellency, I should remind you that next month marks the 5th anniversary of the Basenji Revolution. You will of course be expected to make a public statement. Are there other events you would like planned with this historic day? Oh, increase conservative approval and entertainment. Sure. Let's pay $10 for this. Okay, liberals are done. Perfect. And we finished the task for the health. So hopefully these people... And it's still, you call this healthcare, like why? Because your health is now, well, it's still 6, so maybe I will build you a hospital, I don't know. We're gaining some good money. Okay, now people want processed food supply chain, so this is something we want to focus on after. And we also don't have enough food, so that's going to be something we really need to focus on. And the total approval is at 58%, so we should be able to get there very quickly. We also finished Clean Water Initiative, so if I turn this on, it should help me with health over here. Next thing I think we need to focus on is... We either need general approval or public safety. Well, that's probably not going to be very helpful here. Eco research, private schools, scholarships just increases education. Well, that's not all that helpful for us here. Tunnels. Let's go focus back on the speed limits. That seems relevant. And here we've got, yeah, we only need a little bit with Karif. Now, we do need to work on the processed food supply chain. I wanted to do this in the next episode though, so that's a little unfortunate. But I guess we'll do it now. So what we would need is an oil refinery. Or we could use the field. Oh, we'll need both food and plastics. Alternatively, we could just import it. Let's grab this surveyor. Okay, he's not there yet. Will he be able to do it this turn? I should have moved him with the... What he can do is you can use your action points to make him move. If you have enough, so I should have been using that with the previous turn, but I didn't have anything to do anyway. So let's... So we found gold ore. Again. Well, that's... I mean, it's nice, but the problem is... I need to focus on food. Alright, let's exchange a favor here. And we'll start building things. We'll build one more farm, because we need a farm. Over here, maybe. That will give us enough food. Oh, it doesn't have a connection, so we'll build a road connection. Okay. Next, we are going to build processed food supply chain. We'll need an oil refinery. We only have one. Oil demand 140. Yeah, we're not even getting enough oil, so we'll need to import oil in order to make this work. Alternatively, we could just straight up import the plastics if we want. Well, we'll move towards the next one because we can't do anything right now anyways. But we will work on it very soon. Alright. Greetings, Excellency. Our government believes improving combating corruption and emphasizing the rule of law should be our top regional priority. We hope to see Senji join us by demonstrating their leadership in this. So you want me to improve our rule of law? I don't know if I want to do that. Do we want to do that? I don't think so. Because we already have other things to work on. Okay, we're getting some money. So let's start working on this processed food supply chain. So we'll start with... We'll import the oil if needed. So we'll just build a plastics factory, which costs me 1 per turn, so that's not so bad. Lowest environment, so we want it in, I guess, Saba maybe? We did work on the environment there a little bit. Then the next thing we're going to need is manufacturing plant. Cost me 40, so we'll exchange another favor here. Manufacturing plant also lowers environment, so we'll put it in Karik, maybe? And this should allow us to make processed food. And then we should be able to sell the processed food to somebody. For example, Kalshara. I'm gonna give you processed food. Let's do 30. And I think we're gonna need one more farm. Just because we're both kind of exporting food and we need more food. So let's put it somewhere we've got a lot of people, like there. So we're just gonna try to get that one more farm. Move toward the next one. I hope the total approval is increasing still. We're gonna have to check that again. But I think it's going to be. Okay. Oh, we could increase public safety by 1. That would be really useful. Or... people are asking you, understand, to do something to address the high crime. Yeah, let's spend 2 per month. That's fine. And we'll increase public safety for everybody. Yes! So we finished the total approval, which I think is super awesome. Oh, and we're out of power. So we're gonna need to build... Can I build more solar plants? I can, but they're really expensive. But we are doing the environment thing. So let's build one here. And wow, we're gonna need a lot. That's not great. Okay, so we're gonna need to first spend... Oh, build an embassy in Moscow. That's great. Well, actually, we just finished this. I thought it meant that it was a quest from him, but it wasn't. Oh well. I want you to work on, like, join a climate accord. Night parties. I don't know. Let's do the foreign aid. I think. I really feel like we might need to go for the power plant, which is a little irritating. But we would have to build 3 of these, and we would barely have enough power. So I'm gonna build one more power plant in Reef. That's here. It's kind of funny, like we have a solar plant and then right next to it we have a power plant, but... Okay, and we're gonna need to import oil, I think. So we're gonna call Tajikistan and we're gonna import oil. I don't know how much we need, so let's just go for 50. Because I think we need to make sure that we're gonna have enough power. And we can pick a new minister, so where we want to put them, either in defense, justice, or citizenship. Seems like citizenship has the most options, so let's appoint a new minister here. Could either go with Adnan Bilal, who is conservative and secular, or Madiha Nazar. He's a resourceful moron and she's a philanthropist addict. The ministry operates with 0 cost. That seems good to me. Let's grab her. And she should help me out. And we can pick what we want her to do. So, work visas will encourage foreign workers to come to Pozinji and fill much needed labor demands. Well, some undesirables get through, sure, but I'm sure we'll catch most of them. That seems good because we're kind of starting to move lower with workers. So let's do the work visas. Yeah. Move towards the next turn. Hopefully we'll figure out the power problems with the new oil. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got rebels, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to create a military unit and send them there to fight. Many countries in the Middle East, including Basenji, maintain their currency at a fixed exchange rate to the US dollar to ensure stability. The downside to this is we have to maintain sufficient foreign exchanges reserves to manage our currency's value. If you were to change this, however, it would empower our nation in interesting ways. We could peg the currency to gold standard, which would be useful because we do have gold ore, so the fact that the price rises could be pretty useful, but we cannot afford to lower prosperity. I think I'll just maintain it. I want to make the USA unhappy until I'm friends with Russia. Oh, we're still not making enough of this? I kind of thought we would be. Oh, we don't have enough food. So we're gonna need a lot more farms. I think it's because we still just don't have enough power. Even though we're buying oil, so we should be getting enough power here. Yeah, we need a lot more oil, so we're gonna have to renegotiate that deal. Anyway, I think this is a good time to end the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments, and you can click on the right to watch some other... Watch the next episode. I'll see you there. Bye bye!